I'm Elizabeth Pears from The Voice newspaper. Today I'm at Hackney Picture House with the rest of the team and we're talking to people as part of our community conversation. Hiya, we're sitting with Patrick Vernon. He's a councillor in Hackney. He's also the Chief Executive of the Afia Trust. We're going to have a little chat with him and find out a bit more about him. Hello Patrick, how are you?
I'm fine, Elizabeth.
Thanks for coming down today.
No, it's really great. Even though it's a rainy day in Hackney, I think it's important that the Voice is here to let people know that you're doing great stuff.
Thank you. Well, just for the readers, can you just tell us who you are and what you do?
Sure, yeah. Well, firstly, I live in Hackney. I've been living in Hackney for nearly 20 years now. 6 years ago, I got elected as a local councillor. So I'm a councillor in the Queenswood ward, which covers bits of Dalston, London Fields, which is a large area of black community. I've done lots of mentoring in the area. I sit on the board of a couple of charities. One charity, a health charity called Social Action for Health. I sit on the board of North Muslim Housing Association, and I try and do stuff in the community as a community politician. Tell
me how you and Diane, and that's Diane Abbott, so who everybody knows, how do you guys work together and how do you complement each other?
Well, she's the MP for Stoke Newington and Hackney North, that's where I live. But as a councillor, she lives in my ward, Queen's Ward, so she's my constituent. But we work together closely, and now in her role, she's been for the last year or so, she's the Public Health Minister. And this links into my day job, which is the Chief Executive of the Afia Trust.
Maybe sometimes you thought that Hackney is very gentrified, but actually there are still issues and there is still a big community here.
There's still a big community, and like for example, the council, we're one of the biggest employers locally, next to the hospital, and most of the people that work for Hackney are local people. We've still got a high proportion of local people working on a whole range of services. But obviously it means that they might be living outside Hackney now because they can't afford to live in Hackney. They might have grew up in Hackney, and people move anyway. People, new life, new circumstances.
Long time Hackney resident, activist, and so on. And Justin and his beautiful wife Millie, right here. So, Justin, how's life been, and what have you been up to these days?
Well, life has been up and down. It's been good, but a lot of ups and downs, health-wise. Yeah, I've had a little problem with my eye. I've had tube implanted in it, and I've got uveitis glaucoma, which leads to that problem. It's being seen to by more fields and having some good results. Things that we're doing is writing a 200-page book of my father, The Life and Times at Bim and Bam, and I'm also doing a 1-hour documentary film of his life and times.
Bim and Bam, well known in Jamaica.
Right, thank you. But only one was my father.
Oh, really? All right, okay.
I am Matonda Makulu. I'm a barrister. I'm a sole practitioner, which means I practice on my own. I used to practice in chambers. My areas of specialization are housing, immigration, prison and employment, and public law.
Okay. And today you wanted to talk to The Voice about employment. Thank you very much for coming down.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us, what's the landscape like in employment at the moment?
Well, as you can imagine, with the recession, there's a lot of redundancies going on, and also a lot of dismissals, because employers are reacting to the market.
Right.
The government has, if you like, responded to employers in the business sector, such that as of the 6th of April this year, one has to have worked for at least 2 years before he or she can claim unfair dismissal.
Right.
So if you start working, say, on the 6th of April, you have to get to 2014 before you can claim unfair dismissal at the Employment Tribunal, which is the usual forum where you can raise these issues.
And when it comes to things like unfair dismissal, or if someone feels that they've been discriminated against, are employees, are they likely to take it further, or do they kind of suffer in silence?
a lot of persons don't have the information.
Right.
They raise them. They don't. Probably 10 years ago, people would suffer in silence, but because there's a grievance procedure involved in that most employers have to have, then yes, they don't suffer in silence anymore. But as to whether or not they act the quality of what they advance to the employers has improved, I'm particularly skeptical, because sometimes, in my experience, the unions are more a hindrance than an assistance to persons from the African and Caribbean. It's a primary complaint. I won't name any particular union, but a lot of persons from the African and Caribbean community have complained when I meet them in conferences as clients that this union person or this union has not saw the need to assist and advance my interests.
Where many black people fear to tread, I will walk, because I've noticed that there's a lot of things not being done for us as a black nation and as black people, and the reason that is because, as I said before, we are not informed enough. We are informed of gun crime, we are informed of knife crime. We are always informed of the bad things that black people do. What we need now is the new information for the new time, which is the knowledge for the future of our children. This is no longer about what we've done. This is no longer about even racialism, because trouble knows no color. And from my experience of working with people like Boris Johnson, who I've met a couple times.
Yeah. That's the Mayor of London.
That's the Mayor of London. He now has given us a carrot. He wants Black Britain to decide. I have a meeting set up with Sir Peter Rogers, and I am going to make sure that the carrot that he has given us as black people, we'll be crunching on that carrot. And I'm not going to sit down or rest until this year something is done and the solution is put on the table for our children. I'm tired of burying them. I now want to see lawyers, I want to see accountants, I want to see children that are in the black society, entrepreneurs. Richard Branson has the right idea. He knows that there is quality in black children. Now we need to bring the quantity.
Well, once again, we're absolutely impressed by the people that are in our community. So interesting, so passionate about their community. So we hope that you enjoyed it. We can't wait for the next one. We're heading down to East London. Bye.